back to my YouTube channel, A Home No Far From Home. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. You know what we do on Sundays. That's it for Safe Space with my water, okay? If you're new here, welcome to the wonderful family. Thank you for joining us. And then if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, my love. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Really means a lot to me. So today we are having something a little bit different. Today we are having a chit chat. It's basically, you guys are gonna get to know me better. You're gonna get to know what I've went through. Like you're just gonna get to know me better. Like you're gonna get to know who Mabato is, some of the things that have happened in my life, some of the things that I find that they are very important for me to share with you guys, because Safe Space with Mawatoke is a safe space. So it's a space where you guys, we can teach each other, and then you guys can learn from me, I can learn from y'all, and then yeah, so that's what we're having for today. So I thought it would be best if I start with my name, Mabato, and explain my name. I know some of y'all know what Mabato means or Mabato stand for, but for those of you that don't know, Mabato, it's Tswana name. I'm sorry if I'm saying this whole Tswana wrong, but it's a Tswana name, Mabato. So it means, when you break it down, actually it's simple. If you break it down, it's double M, so it's Mabatu, me wabatu. It's like mother of the people, and then that's just who I am, child. I am a mother to the people. I'm very loving, I'm very giving, very supportive, and I love and enjoy helping people. I love being there for people. I think that's the reason why I started this YouTube channel, but you're gonna hear about all of that later. For now, I made a few notes here on the things I want to talk about. So I'm gonna start everything from the beginning, from when I was young. Like I'm gonna start from the beginning. So when I was at primary school, I was bullied. Yeah, y'all might think Mabato is tough, Mabato, but I was bullied when I was at primary school. I think I was doing grade 4, from grade 3 to, because I remember when I was doing grade 6 and 7, I think it stopped around those grades. But for most of the time when I was in primary school, I was bullied, and I was bullied by boys. Yeah, fun fact, it was the boys, and they were brothers actually. So whenever I would go to school, I used to live with my grandmother, my father's mother, and then she used to make super delicious lunch boxes, and then those guys would take my lunch box, and then maybe they were a bit older than the rest of us. So maybe would ask one of them in class, and then they would include my name just so they can get my lunchbox. You know, times were tough. So I was bullied, and I couldn't tell anyone at that time. I think for the most part of my life, I've been someone who doesn't really talk. People that know me know Guti. I'm not very much vocal about my feelings, about what I think. Well, I wasn't. Now I am working on that. Trust me, I'm working on that. But about the bullying thing, I didn't talk much about it. I couldn't talk much about it, and then I was bullied. And then at home, I would act like everything was fine. My friends, I think a lot of people don't know that about me, and then that I was bullied, they don't know that. Whenever I talk about this to people that know me, and mostly to Abanting primary school, they're like, how? But one thing they know is that those guys were older, and then they took advantage of everyone and everything else because they were older. And then some teachers put it trust because they were older, and then they would do, awful stuff. So yeah, I was bullied, and I wouldn't say I have a coping mechanism of how I coped during bullying, because I literally let it slide all the time. I was bullied and I didn't say anything. And I think for the most part of it, I didn't deal with it for a very long time until now when I got older. And then I came to realize in my mind, no, man, I was actually bullied. I was bullied at school, at primary. I was bullied. And then I started dealing with it now. And the only way I could deal with it is that I pray to God to help me stop thinking too much about it, because sometime last year I started thinking about it a lot, and I started thinking, why didn't I say something? Why didn't I say something? Because those boys were not the only people that used to eat my lunch. There was this other girl, but my mom dealt with that. So yeah, but it took a lot from me. Actually, it did take a lot from me, but we move, so with this part of bullying, I just want to say to people and kids out there that are being bullied right now is that speak out. If you are being bullied, tell someone that you trust. Tell, especially your parents. Your parents are gonna be there for you no matter what. So tell your parents about it. Tell your friends, if you have friends that you trust, tell them about it, because if you just let it slide, it's gonna get to a point where it's you, like it takes away a lot from you, and you don't want that, because in this life thing there's just a lot of things that you're gonna deal with, things that zenziwa abanye abantu or zenziwa uwe. But in everything that happens, even if circumstances are yenziwanga uwe, but you are the one who has to take responsibility for that. So for you to be able to take a responsibility that is responsibility that you can actually work with or work on, is for you to be able to go to ezinyamanyama circumstances or break it down. Like for instance, bullying, tell someone about it, tell someone about bullying, or you can actually find places maybe where they're dealing with bullying, or how you can deal with your bullying, because bullying, it comes in so many ways. Sometimes, especially at primary school, people get bullied because of how they look. People get bullied because of what they have, or how they perceive themselves to other people. So people get bullied because of a lot of reasons. So you have to, my advice is that you have to tell someone about it, so that it can actually end, because bullying is not cool. So to all the bullies out there, bullying is not cool. Stop bullying other people. And then the second thing that I want to talk about is low self-esteem. Yeah, I also had low self-esteem for the longest time, for as long as I can remember. Honestly, I've been having low self-esteem, and it wasn't really easy to deal with that, because I used to disgrade myself, I downgrade myself. Like I would think, Uguti, I'm not good enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm too tall. People that know me, I'm tall, but now people say you're not too tall, and then now I understand. I love my long legs now. I really am in love with my long legs. But back then I used to have low self-esteem, because I would think, no, I'm too tall. Like I can and like I was the only one who was tall. Primary school, high school, I was the only girl who was tall. Like all my friends bala, like they are short, and low self-esteem. And I used to think, I'm too dark in complexion, so I'm not beautiful, I'm not worth anything because in a movie, and I'm tall, and all of that. So I used to really put myself down and put myself back because of those things, especially my long legs. The only time I would feel normal was when I was because everyone is tall, so there are people that are taller than me, and then whenever I'm there, I'm like, good, not that tall, and then whenever I go outside, I'm like, ah. And one thing about being tall is that everywhere you go, like umude. And then some people people that bangbona maybe lapho na lapho, every time oh, kanti umude kangaka, like umude. But now it's so much different. I tell you now, it's so much different. Whenever someone comments about how tall I am and my tallness and everything, I'm like, yeah, you get used to me. People get used to this tall hand. I'm very tall, and I just love how tall I am. One thing that I'm really much grateful for now is that I love myself the way I am. I love myself with my acne prone skin. I love myself with my dark complexion, my long legs, my long fingers. I just love myself. I'm in love with everything that God gave me. I'm in love with everything. Like, I love how I think. I like how I move now, because also honestly something else that has been giving me problems is how I think. I am someone, like I said, I love people. I love helping people. So I've been a person that gives out to people. Like, I give out to people. I give out to people. Another reason for me to actually start my YouTube channel is that I wanted to have a platform where I can help people without me being, not that I do not want to be physically there to help them or financially there to help them, but past experiences showed me that maybe I should have another platform, which is this YouTube platform. But people took advantage of my kindness. Like, I do not want to lie to you. People took advantage of my kindness to a point to which sometimes I would sound like I would feel so bad for helping someone, because sometimes, as much as you want to help, sometimes you need the help. But when you make people get used to you helping them, it's very hard for them to actually want to help you, because they are so used to you giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving, and then them just taking and taking and taking. They get used to that. So I just somehow came to a realization, now let me just, because at first I wanted to change myself. I wanted to change how I give to people, how I care about people, how I love people, how I love helping people. I wanted to change all of that. I was like, my battle, no, like, step back, girl, because it's easy. You help people who end up you help people who end up because I just take out a lot from me. And another thing, like I said, I wasn't a person okulumayo, so people would just step on my head. Like, people would be on my dick all the time, and then I wouldn't say shit. Like, I wouldn't say anything. I would just, and in everything that kind of gave me depression. It gave me depression to a point of which I was super depressed. I was super depressed. So let me get to the story of me being depressed and everything like that. So 2018, I was in a relationship. I got in a relationship, and then it was a very healthy and loving and caring and emotionally there. Like, I was in a right relationship. And then it wasn't 2018. It was from 20. So I got into a relationship with this person 2015, and then it was an on and off thing until 2017. We made things official, and then we were in a relationship. 2018 it ended. 2019 it ended. And then when it ended, I couldn't deal with that. I couldn't deal with that, mostly because my partner was there for me. Like, my partner was there for me. I couldn't fight my own battles sometimes, because I was a person ongathanda ukukhuluma. Like, I wouldn't want to talk to people about things. If they hurt me, I wouldn't want to talk about it. And my partner was always there for me to actually fight my battles. She fought my battles. Like, if something would happen, she would come in. Like, she would comfort me, she would be there for me, she would fight my battles, she would do everything and anything for me. And then I was very much dependent on her. I was very, very, very much dependent on her, to a point to which when we broke up, I couldn't deal with a lot of things, because now I don't have anyone. Now. No one is fighting my battles for me now. No one is there for me now. No one understands how I feel. Like I had people in my life, but I didn't have anyone the way she was there for me. You understand? She was there to a point of good team. Like however I felt, they got understand, okay, this is how she feels now, this is what I'm supposed to do now to make her feel better. So I was very much dependent on her. And then when it ended, it went sideways for me. Like it went sideways. It went sideways. 2019 I went to college. 2019 I did my N4, I did my N5. 2020 I was supposed to do my N6, but I couldn't anymore. A lot of people don't know this, actually. So 2020 I was supposed to do my N6 and then I couldn't. So what happened was that I would go to school. But obvious, I couldn't stay at home. I was gonna be like, why are you not going to school? Like, and what was I gonna say? Like I couldn't tell Ukoko, I'm going through it. I am going through it. I couldn't tell her. So I went to school, but whenever I'd go to school, I'd miss classes. I'd do things that I'm not supposed to do. I'd fail my tests because I wasn't studying anymore. And like, I'm a smart girl. I'm with regards to Ingwati, like, they do give me difficulties because, you know, school is school, but for my N6 they were being failing corner, you being failer, and being text at that time because being passing gahle for N5 so I was supposed to do text N6, and then child being failer. I remember this other day let's tell our script for it takes, and then say Abiza my name, Mabatotech, and then or bigger my marks, and then Magatulisi people from Mabatotech or Umupi. Okay, sharp. Then those other guys, Batati Pepalam, and then they were showing each other my paper. I was so hurt at that time, and I'm like, but yeah, it is what it is. I failed my first test. I failed, like this. I don't even want to say but I failed, and then I was super discouraged from then. I was already discouraged with school. I was super discouraged, and like a lot happened. I was very much depressed. 2020 I was going through it. 2020 I was going through it. I was super depressed, and then I decided, okay, 2020 got COVID-19. When COVID-19 came, we were supposed to stay at home for some time until so when we got to go back to school, I lied to my ish gogo. You're watching this, I'm sorry for lying. I lied, and then I told Ukokami that I wanna apply for next year, and so like I came up with an excuse just so I won't go back to school, because I understand that at that time with it, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I can't do it. I can't. I tried, but I can't. I couldn't anymore with school. Like, I was up to here with school, and with not just school, because there was a lot of things going on. I felt like living Kalakona was just suffocating me, and in my mind I'm like, I'm smart for this. Like, I should be doing something with my life, but I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm literally not doing anything. And at that time my best friend was at Val. She was studying, and I literally had no one. I remember I would call her in the mornings and literally cry without saying anything. I would cry and cry and cry, and then she would say, oh, my sweet best friend, she would say, pray, Chomi, pray, you're gonna be fine. And then she would talk me out of it, and then she'd make me feel better for that time in the morning. And then when I wake up, I would, wake up, go somewhere Nakona, which is around Langhlala Corner, do izinto ekungamelanga ngabe ngiyazenza, and go to sleep, eat, go to sleep, wake up, clean, eat, go to sleep, wake up, clean, do things that you are not supposed to be doing. Like, it was a lot. I don't want to lie to you guys. It was a lot. I remember 2020 was a lot for me, and I remember my best friend was the one who actually applied for me, because I would, every time I'm in the morning or whenever I did and cry, I would tell her, "Uti chomi, I'm suffocating. Like, yeah, suffocator. I can't stay here anymore. I like bengasafuni ukuhlala eThwatha, bengasakhoni, because bengifila ngathi with everything that's going on, I didn't have a very good relationship with my mom. Me and my mom would actually fight all the time. Like, it was a lot, because our fights would end up with me not wanting anything to do with her, to a point where they would involve my little sister, and like, that girl loves me. She I wanna say she lives for me, but the way and then the relationship no my mom was already bad, and then it would affect the relationship so there was just a lot going on. Like, there was a lot going on. I was used to being dependent on someone else, and then now I'm on my own. Now I have to fight my own battles, and at the same time I'm trying to be there for other people and help other people, but people are taking advantage of everything. I'm losing friends. I'm like, there was just a lot going on, and I couldn't really handle all of that. And then I was super depressed. Like, I was very, 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 very much depressed. And at that time, I couldn't even pray. I was like, if God, you are there, why are all of these things happening to me? Like, why am I feeling like this? Why am I not good enough? Why am I failing at school? I'm not a child that struggles with school, so why am I struggling with school now? Like, out of all times, why am I struggling with school? And I would ask myself, Guti, okay, my relationship ended 2019. Now every relationship that I get into get better. Like, what is it, God? What is it? And then I would start questioning God. Like, I was questioning God. I would question God every day. And then whenever I'm gonna pray, I was like, pray. You are telling me to pray. If God is there, why should I go through all of this? That's what I believed at that time. I was like, there's no way I can pray. If God wants me to pray, if God wants me to talk to him or glorify his name, he has to do something for me first. I was like that. I was like, he has to heal me. He has to take away this depression. At that time, I didn't know that I was depressed. I didn't know. I just knew like, I'm just going through it. I'm going through it. But I didn't really realize that I'm depressed, I'm being anxious. I was very much impatient. My impatience came from me convincing myself that I'm not gonna do things for people anymore. I'm not gonna be there for people anymore. And then I started being impatient. I was very impatient. I think even now I'm still a little bit impatient. I'm working on it because I don't like being impatient. That's not me. But at that time, I was very much impatient. I would snap just like that. I would get mad just like that. I would lock myself in my room the entire time. And I was literally out of control. At that time, I was just out of control. Like, I couldn't handle myself. I couldn't handle my shit. I couldn't handle my family. I couldn't handle my schoolwork. I couldn't handle my friendships. I couldn't handle anything. I couldn't do anything. And then somehow everything that happened teached me. Now I know Guti, especially with God, I know Guti, God is always there for you. Like, God is for you. Because after everything that happened, after all my prayers, she prayed for me. She used to pray for me. That girl prayed me out of depression. She prayed for me a lot. And I understand now, Guti, God is gonna like uNkulunkulu akathi uzokupha izinto ezinhle kuphela. And nanoma kwenzeka izinto ezimbi empilweni yakho, it's not because he wants to harm you or he wants to take you away from his word and his promises, but he wants to teach you lessons. One thing I always say is that in everything that happens in your life, ask God, with God, right now, what are you trying to teach me? What is it that you want me to know for my future experiences, for my future? What is that you want me to know now? What is that you are teaching me now? Because sometimes sometimes siyenza izinto thinking, yeah, that's just how it's supposed to be. And sometimes siba abantu, or we portray our characteristics as long as they are best for us and other people. That's not it. And then God is gonna try to teach you something. It can be in a bad experience or in a good experience, but most of the time it's bad experiences, because at that time when he tries to teach you, Satan is there and he's gonna try to influence you somehow. And then he's gonna put in this anxiety, self-doubt, doubting, depression, all the negative things so that you can doubt uNkulunkulu namandla kaNkulunkulu, which is something that we should never do. In your walk, do not ever question things that happen, but ask God to show you ukuthi uzamukenzani empilweni yakho at that time. Because I remember ukuthi in everything that has happened, I remember ukuthi when I came to a Northwest, I started praying more. I just felt the need to just pray, because at the same time when I got to school, and then in my heart and in my soul, I felt like there's something that's missing. Like I wanna be like a person that glorifies God. I wanna be a person that God wants me to be. I wanna reach my fullest potential. And with school, I was like, okay, school, I can do school, I can study, I can write my test, and I can pass, and then move from first year to second year to third year to honors to everything. But I felt like there's this thing, man, there's something that's missing. And in my prayer and my petition and fasting and everything, somehow God showed me, Guti, like maybe you can do YouTube. Maybe besides doing YouTube, maybe you can talk to help people. Because me, I ngiyakuthanda ukukhuluma, and like uma bathu bakudala bengakuthanda ukukhuluma, like I said, bengafuni ukukhuluma mina, like bonke ungithole like I was always like, why should I talk? Like why? Like why? I think also that's why when my relationship ended, it went sideways for me, was that I was used to this person. Like I was very much used to her, because we used to do everything and anything together. So bengazi ukuthi ngizothini, like being comfortable. I was very much comfortable. So bengafuna abanye abantu, because I understand ukuthi ngikhulume. I don't want to talk. I don't want to express myself. And I think me not wanting to express myself has had a negative impact on so many aspects of my life and relationships that I've had. Because I would get maybe into a relationship, for example, I would get into a relationship with someone, and then I wouldn't say Guti how I feel. You understand Guti, you're in a relationship, but it was very much dragging, and it took me some time to actually understand and realize Guti, somehow I am the problem. I'm the problem, because if I'm kulumi, how is the other person supposed to know Guti, this is how I feel, or this is how I like things to be done, or this is I don't like this, or I like that, or I prefer this, I don't prefer that. Like me now, I would literally shush. I wouldn't say shit. I would, and most of the time, I think the reason why I didn't talk was that I would think I do not wanna hurt the next person, because if you do something was, and then if I say something because and then if I say otherwise uzohurteka, and I don't want that. I don't like hurting people, and I don't like seeing people get hurt. So I used to think it's healthy for me. It's healthy and okay for me to not say anything. But now, I'm telling you guys, say what you wanna say. Say what you wanna say. If you're gonna lose people, that's fine. Not that I'm saying to say rude things to people, but into my sentence, if you feel like you wanna say something, say it, and then that's the only way you can move. You know, this other guy once told me, Guti, if you do not say things, it's easy for other things to come to your mind, because you are constantly thinking about this one thing. Which, okay, you are constantly thinking about it, and then I will show or feel and there won't be enough space for other things to happen, especially with that person, because you have this perspective of them in your mind. You're like, lo ungenze kanje, lo umuntu nje, and then I'll kind of one side like a linear, because in everything that they do, you get triggered and reminded, Guti, this is what they did. Shuti, this is what they do. This is what they are capable of. This, like uzipama scenario amaning, and which is not good for you, which is totally not good for you. So, what I'm saying is that if you wanna say something, take it out of your chest, take it out of your mind, say it, and then when you say something, it will be easier for the next person to respond, so that you guys can have a conversation and end up having needs resolve that thingy, and then move on from that. Because also, if you keep on having things to yourself, keeping things to yourself, you have conversations in your head, and you know, when you have a conversation in your head, you're like, I'm gonna say this, they're gonna say that. And then if you say, I'm gonna say this, and then they're gonna say that, and then now you are this is what I'm gonna say, and then this is what they're gonna say, this is what I'm gonna say. I get react to the way when you. So now you are wasting your time, you are wasting your energy, you are getting yourself anxious, you're getting yourself depressed, you're getting yourself to have like to be like you I will be productive, because now you're thinking of things that are not even there. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was how I kind of changed my appearance in 2020. I was super depressed too, that one day I woke up and I decided to shave my hair. Like, I went bald. That's what I did. I went bald, and I don't know why I did that, but I just woke up one day and I felt like I just wanted to change. I went to my uncle's room outside, and then I was like, and then like I went bald, I don't know, but I decided to cut my hair. And then, because I just felt like at that time everything was just too much for me, and I don't know if I would say cutting my hair would make me feel better. At that time I didn't know it would make me feel better or what, but I loved my look. I loved how I looked with no hair. And then I just changed a lot of things about myself. I stopped doing some of the things that I was used to doing, and started doing some things that I never thought I would even do. Like, I did a lot of things that I am not proud of, but I do not blame myself for doing those things, because at that time they felt right, even though some of them were wrong. They were really wrong, but I'm not gonna put a blame on myself or needs beat it up for doing those things. I am taking full responsibility of everything, because one thing that's very much important is for you to take responsibility of your life and everything that happens around you. Because, like I said, even if maybe it's your parents' fault, your friends' fault, whoever's fault, but you are the one who should take responsibility for things that are happening in your life, because you cannot blame people forever. You can't say, yeah, my parents did that, so me, I'm gonna do this. Until when? Because at the end of the day, our parents are not here forever. We are all not here forever, and most times than not, our parents leave us first. So if you're gonna keep on putting the blame on your parents, you're gonna put that blame until when? Like, think about it. You're gonna blame them until when? Because you are not getting any younger. You're getting old and old and older and older every day. You are learning new things every day. So one thing that's very much important about everything is to just take responsibility of everything. Be responsible. Have time to accept things as they are, and take time to deal with things. And that if you feel like at that time you just wanna close yourself up for some time, do that, but do not take too much time feeling sorry for yourself, because if you are feeling sorry for yourself, what do you expect other people to do? You know, it's the same thing as like judging yourself for things that you do or things that you did. If uma bathu uzojudge kuqala, abanye abantu ngibaphi chance ukuthi bayenzeni. Personally, I'd rather let other people judge me than for me to judge myself. No, I can't do that, and I won't do that. I won't judge myself for the things that I do or things that I did, because at the end of the day, I know that I'm a good person, and I know that I want a good and better life for myself. And every day I wake up with that on my mind, because I want a good life for myself, and I try. I'm not gonna put pressure on myself for hey, ubanbani wenzani, ubanbani is up there doing this and that. I'm not gonna do that, because our journeys are not the same. Life is like umzila watela. That's what she always says. Life, we are all on the road. It's okay for someone else to be there, and then you are here. As long as you are not on the sidelines. You shouldn't be on the sidelines, sitting there, feeling sorry for yourself, crying your eyes out, feeling all depressed and anxious and all of that, and then watch your peers and everyone else running their race. You shouldn't do that. Do not do that. Do not do that. Make sure that you are always on the road. If you feel like you just wanna stop here and then breathe in and out and then move. If you are capable of running, run. If you wanna jog. If you wanna walk. If you wanna stop for some time, stop. Collect yourself and do not be on the sidelines, because being on the sidelines is you practically giving up on yourself while you are still alive. If you give up while you're still alive, what's gonna happen to you? What's gonna happen to your kids? Even though you don't have kids now, but you're gonna have kids in a later stage, and then what are you gonna say to your kids? Because I feel like Tina Melisi generation layer team, because they always say, yeah, I'm proud of you. You did something that I couldn't do. I couldn't go to school. At least you are going to kufunda. Tina mele kuba ukuthi abantwana bethu, we give them a challenge ukuthi mangafundi ufuna ukufana nobani. Like if you do not study, if you do not better your life, what do you want to do with your life? With people now, people are trying, people are doing things, people are graduating. For now, it's graduation season. People are giving us inspiration every day. Study, graduate, even though you are not studying, because honestly speaking, school is, how can I put it? I want to put it in a way that's not practical, but in a way that sounds good, like sounds okay. School is not everything. School won't give you everything. We are not all meant for school. Even if you are not going to school or you are not studying, do something. Uguti, in the next 5, 10, 15 years from now, you look back and say, yeah, I did that. I did that shit. I did that. I worked hard on everything that's around me. I worked hard on myself, because another thing that's very much important is working on yourself. You should always know what triggers you. You should always know what you like and what you do not like. You should always know ukuthi mina ngumuntu nje, and then this is what I prefer. And set boundaries to everything. Set boundaries, set levels. And then with everything and everyone that comes into your life, if it doesn't meet that, ungavumi ngawe, because everything that you think of is everything that is there in life. You understand? If you think ukuthi, no, mina azuma I'm gonna be that person, and I want that person, and I want this and I want that, you can't achieve that. You can't think of something that you can't achieve. Like, think about it. You can't think of being a big person, of being a CEO, or of being something whilst you can't do it. You can. You're just lazy. That's it. You're just lazy to actually work on that. Consistency is very much important. If you're consistent on something, eventually something good is gonna happen. Be consistent and never give up. Be consistent and never give up. Like, do what you love, do what feels good for you, which is why I'm saying school is not all of that. You should be educated. It is very much important to be educated, because you can't go to big places and with big people and then you don't know anything. Read your books, read articles online, narrow down everything that you want to do, and then in everything that you want to do, this is what I can read, this is what I can do. Like, familiarize yourself with things that are going to help you, familiarize yourself with things that are going to take you to the next step or to the better version of who you are. And another thing, guys, you should pray to God. God is there, and God wants us to come to him for help. If you think you're gonna walk this walk on your own understanding and your own wisdom and knowledge, you are totally wrong. If that's what you believe in, I'm not saying I want to change what you believe in. If you believe God is not there, and if you believe that God can't do anything for you, that's chilled. It's chilled. But to all of you who are watching and you believe in God, all I'm gonna say is that pray to God. And just because things are not happening now. No, God's timing, God's will, God's timing and God's will, they are always perfect. They are always perfect. That's why I'm stressing on the point, Uguti, in everything that happens in your life, good or bad, ask God to teach you, Uguti, what is he trying to show you, so that you can take that lesson and run with it, so that when you encounter something, maybe or someone else actually encounters something like that, you're able to say, no, I went through this is what happened for me, this is how I helped myself, this is what I did for myself. So it is very much important to learn yourself, understand yourself, calm down. Like, you should always rush. Sungama izinto. Take things as they come. Accept yourself. Be good to yourself. Do good to yourself. Eat healthy. Exercise. Read. Meditate. Pray. Drink water. Eat healthy. Like, guys, take care of yourselves, because I know a lot of us have been through depression, but I'm only able now to talk about what I went through. 2020, I hit rock bottom. 2020 was the worst year for me. I do not want to lie. 2020 was the worst, longest year of my life. But something good that came out of 2020 is that, I hit rock bottom, and when you sink, you sink, and then I was able to get to the bottom and then push myself up with actually myself, my long legs. I was able to push myself up, and then from there I just went up, and then I was able to breathe and have fresh air through my lungs, rather than having water and me sinking and me not seeing clearly and me feeling sorry for myself, me sinking. I was able to push myself up and see the light, see the people, see water from that point more than seeing water from that point. You get what I'm saying? I was literally sinking, but when I was able to push myself up, I was able to have my head above water, and then I was like, you know what? I made it through God and through people that were there for me. I made it. And as much as I'm not where I want to be at, as much as I'm still struggling with a lot of things in my life, but I made it. I tried and I made it. And from where I am now, I'm still gonna push. I'm still gonna push to be a better version of Umabatu, because I want a lot of things for myself. I don't want to lie, guys. I want a lot of things for myself. I want to still be able to help people, to help myself. I want to be there for people, but I'm more constructive of everything that I do. Now I'm able to see, okay, here I can help, here I can't. And I can't force myself to help where I can. I can't. I was watching this video this other day, and then this lady said, whenever you can't, just say, I do not have the emotional capabilities to do this. I am not mentally well to deal with this. I would love to help you, but just go find help somewhere else. Right now I can't, and there's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with that, because as people, well, for me, I always strive to help people. I always strive to be the better version of me, so that I can be able to help people, you understand? So whenever you can't, just take a break. Whenever you can't, just take a break. I know this whole talk was more about my depression and but I think that's one thing that was very much highlighted in my life, because in my life there's a lot of things that happened. I don't want to lie to you guys, there is a lot of things that happened, but also me not wanting to talk about a lot of things somehow helped, because most of the things that happened, honestly, now, as hated as much as they did, and I never talked about them, and I'll never talk about them, I think, but as in affected that much, you know. And I think what helped me was realizing, good, okay, this thing in hetile, and this thing is actually wrong. This thing is not good for me. Like, me realizing all those things and me having to think about them, having to analyze everything on a clean plate. I was like, let me take this off my chest, to myself though. And then I was like, okay, I was able to analyze everything. I was able to see ukuthi umabatho kahle kahle ufila kanjani ngalento le, because akakhulumanga ngayo, and njengoba angakhuluma ngayo beyimhead. But now, because ngiyibeke here in front of me, I was able to analyze everything, and then I was able to take out everything else that I can take out, because you can't take out an experience out of your life. Like, you can't. Some things that happen, you are constantly thinking about them. But if you try to take out the things that you actually can take out, so that it can be a bit lighter on you, it helps. So that's what I did for myself. I became self-aware of a lot of things. I totally became self-aware, and it helped, because being self-aware means you learn how to love yourself better, you learn how to care for yourself better, you learn how to say no and enough, and you learn how to stop and just breathe in. Because, you know, when you put other people before you can't even stop when you're tired. You can't, because at that time you're thinking, if I stop, lo muntu lo angeke asathole energy yakhe, because uyithola kimi, besides them getting their energy from you. But you are thinking, if I stop, uzofila kanjani? You understand? You don't even know ukuthi uzofila kanjani, but you are good. If I stop, uzofila kanjani? So you can't stop. But now, if you are more self-aware, you're like, okay, now I definitely need to stop. I'm not gonna go to the sidelines and watch everybody else do their own thing. I'm just gonna stop and breathe in and breathe out, and breathe in and breathe out, and then I move. And I'm gonna, even if I take baby steps, it's okay. I'm gonna take baby steps. I'm gonna start walking a bit faster. I'm gonna start jogging, and then I'm gonna start running at a pace that I'm comfortable in, because I guess it's a sense is fun. You know, singalingana siqeda isikole ngesikhathi esi1, senza amakhosi afanayo, and be of the same age, and but angeke sizi reach our goals wethu ngesikhathi esifanayo, because we are not destined for the same thing. Some of us, okay, let me not say some of us, because now when I say some of us, I'm including myself, but I'm saying every one of us, abanye, they're destined to get married before having kids, and before baby baba nomsebenzi. Some of us mele sebenze qala, some of us mele, like, as fun as singabantu. And I think if we come to a realization with as funny, we'll be more appreciative of everything that God gives us. We'll be more appreciative of things is gone, because, you know, being appreciative of things is you actually being appreciative of the hot water running, the blankets that you get warm with. You know, you were grateful for a plate of lagulo, at least in a plate. At least in a plate, like at least in a plate, and lagulo no gusla, line yama, line rice, line salad, like name pasha, at least in Namakaus, Gabanda, Ninamakaus, Nengubuguti, Nehita, Guti, keeps her warm. You know, I have books, I have color pens, I have neskero. Like when you get appreciative, uber grateful for all those things, isn't it ncane? Isn't it ncane? At least unomthanyelo, you know, at least kunama-tiles, at least kunama-curtains, at least roof ayingeni amanzi. Like you get appreciative of the smallest of things. And you know, when you start appreciating those things, it will be easier for other things to manifest in your life, rather than you just wanting to be above everything and everyone else without actually realizing that your now is what's more important. Your now is very much important than your previous life or your before and even your after, because you are not even sure what there's gonna be tomorrow. You are not even sure. So if you appreciate your now, you'll be more content. You understand? You'll be more happy. You'll be more joyful about your life. You'll be more carefree, and you'll be more like also enjoy it more because you are appreciative of your now. Your now is where you are now, and your now is enough. Your now is loving. Your now is understanding. Your love is your now is peaceful. So appreciate your now. That's it for me today, guys. I hope you guys loved this video. I hope that you were able to learn a few things. I hope my experience teached you guys a few things, and you are able to work with that and then deal with some of the things that you all are dealing with. I hope that this video was very much encouraging to you guys. I hope Uti you took at least something out of it, and then you are gonna be able to run as fast as you can with it, because you have to run to catch your bus. You have to run. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please hit the ringer bell so that every time I post a video you can be notified. Please comment down below about everything that you liked, everything that you disagree and agree on. Please comment. Catch me on my social media platforms: Mabato_ on Instagram, Mabato_ K on Twitter, Mabato Kamuteko on Facebook. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to nature and take off of one another. I love you so much, guys. So does God. Until next time, bye.